One's ready. Go!
So you guys are going into Special Warfare Assessment Selection. It is an attributes-based selection model. What does that mean?
Guys, are we running right now to get fitter? Are we practicing running? Practicing.
I can't freaking...
So there's a holistic picture that we're looking for. The instructors are giving you input, and we're expecting an output. And everything is for a reason. If you guys haven't heard my spiel yet, everything that we do, every single exercise, has a connection to the job that you're trying to do. We don't want people at INDOC, Special Warfare Assessment Selection, whatever they're gonna call the new course when it inevitably changes somewhere down the road. I don't care what they call it. What I need is you to show me the raw materials for the things that I wanna build you into. Just like everything else, it's a crawl, walk, run.
I can run a Keesler just like this. All the way to ATC and never quit. All the way to ATC and never quit.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the One's Ready podcast. You're in the team room. This is your daily drop for the 4th of September, brought to you by tastygains.com. If you guys are looking for good creatine gummies that actually have the amount of creatine that they say that they do, or you're looking for pre-workout gummies or hydration powders or nootropic capsules, tastygains.com is where you need to go to get that. There's no promo code required, but just great tasting gummy bears. Well, they're not bears. They're just gummies. So let me correct myself on that. We still have slots available for the Operator Training Summit happening in Nashville, 25 and 26 October. Man, it's going to be a great event. We've got land-based stuff dealing with rucking, running, mobility, nutrition. Did I say mobility already? Yeah. We'll have a recruiter out there to do questions and answers. Like, it's going to be great. We're going to give you guys dinner that Saturday night. And then Sunday, we're going to spend 10 to 12 hours in the pool working on all your underwaters and your mask and snorkel recovery, treading water, bobbing, all that kind of good stuff. So join us out there. Shoot me an email at jared@onesready.com and we'll get you all signed up and all that kind of good stuff. All right, on to the joint news. U.S. Space Command headquarters relocation announced. The United States Department of Defense said the president announced the Spacecom, basically, Space Command, will move its headquarters from Peterson Space Force Base, Colorado to Redstone Arsenal, Alabama. It's basically Huntsville, Alabama, now dubbed Rocket City from President Trump. DoD materials describe the decision as affecting one of the department's unified combatant commands. Implementation details and timelines were not provided. That area out there actually has quite a bit of infrastructure already established, so it's not like they've got to build a whole bunch. Now, there is going to be some construction that has to take place, but a lot of that stuff already exists out there. And I mean, I don't know. And I say I don't know because I don't know if this is a good idea or not, because I know that there's a lot of folks that are well-established in Colorado Springs, especially with the Air Force Academy being there and stuff like that, that they're just going to say, hell no, I'm not moving from Colorado Springs. But Alabama is kind of on the come up. Like, they've got a lot of stuff going for them right now. And if you haven't been to Alabama recently, it's not the Alabama from 20 years ago. It is a lot different now. So maybe this is a right move. I just don't know. All right, next, Harlem Hellfighters honored with Congressional Gold Medal. The DoD participated in a Capitol ceremony awarding the Congressional Gold Medal to the 369th Infantry Regiment, known as the Harlem Hellfighters, recognizing World War I service. The event highlighted the regiment's valor and enduring legacy in the U.S. military history. That's awesome. Harlem Hellfighters. That's a badass name, dude. I mean, that's Harlem Hellfighters. Hell yeah, dude. Next, U.S. strike on suspected drug smuggling vessel. I'm sure you guys have all seen the footage and have feelings one way or the other, but I'm not here to give that to you. I'm just here to tell you about it. A Wire reported quoted A Wired report quoted the president stating, U.S. forces struck a vessel originating from Venezuela, resulting in fatalities. At the time of the reporting, DoD had not released an operational readout. Actually, I haven't seen the operational readout either yet, but I'm sure it'll get released at some point. It's not like it was a major operation. Like, it's kind of funny. Excuse me. It's kind of funny how this is all over the news and we're talking about an operational readout like it was some difficult strike. We struck a freaking boat. Like, we do that shit all the time. Do we really need to, some amazing highlight on it? Now, and I understand why it's politicized and all that kind of stuff because, we're taking actions on drug cartels and Trinde Aragua, which I'm probably saying wrong, which, has been dubbed as a terrorist organization and all that kind of stuff. Like, and I like seeing kill TV and blowing shit up as much as the next person, but I just don't understand why this is so like, oh my God. It's not like it was Operation Midnight Hammer. You know what I mean? Like, that was a big freaking deal. Maybe in terms of policy, this is a big deal, but the operation itself was not difficult. All right, next, Air Force news. New command, control, and battle management framework released. The United States Air Force published Empowered Airmen materials outlining strategic anchors for the Program Executive Office for Command, Control, Communications, and Battle Management, including a Department of the Air Force Battle Network Technology or Technical Strategy. The framework seeks faster delivery and closer alignment with operational partners. All right. Next, Suicide Prevention Month proclamation at Keesler Air Force Base. The United States Air Force's 81st Training Wing signed a proclamation marking Suicide Prevention Awareness Month and publicized base-level resources. The effort emphasizes awareness, help-seeking, and community support across the units. I've actually mentioned this before, and I'll just kind of mention it again. There's a lot of criticisms of DoD leadership. For the Air Force, it'd be the Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force and the Chief of Staff of the Air Force about what they are or aren't doing or what they're lacking in prevention of suicides. And I'm talking about there is a ton of criticism. And that's fine because they're public figures and all that kind of stuff. But I do wonder, like, instead of just talking shit online about like, oh, well, they're not doing more, anything like that, I do wonder, because suicide is a real problem, not just in the military, outside the military as well. The military is a microcosm of society. So this is definitely an issue that is going on. And maybe we're seeing more of it now that we've gone on a couple of years from COVID and all that kind of stuff. But for the people that criticize what is being done and there's not enough being done and the leadership just doesn't care, what would your suggestion be that we do? And I don't mean it from a combative standpoint going like, oh yeah, well, what the hell would you do? I'm saying it as like, all options should be on the table. And if you got a great idea, like, let's hear it. And maybe we can execute on it. And maybe it's, maybe it's and I'm not saying that it's an app or anything like that, but is it a program that we could fund? Is it different kind of training for our members? Is it, different policies? And I definitely, believe me, I do not think that policies or an app or a program that the Air Force spends money on is what's going to solve it. I actually think that what's going to solve it is its members. And if you're not in the military, I think it's community that's going to solve it, not a thing. But anyway, I'm interested to see what you guys think, because I'm all about hearing the ideas. All right, next, Test Advance F-15E, or the Strike Eagle, Precision Rocket Employment. The U.S. Air Force test units integrated and demonstrated AGR-20 Foxtrots. These are 2.75-inch laser-guided rockets, also known as Advanced Precision Kill Weapon System, APKWS. On the F-15E Strike Eagle, citing rapid test-to-field efforts, the activity seeks to expand flexibility, lower-cost precision options for the Strike Eagle crews. Okay, So I have used these, and I've used them a good amount. They are a fantastic weapon. If I remember right, I think and I actually believe that it depends on the type of aircraft, but I think generally it comes in a pod of 7. So you get 7 rockets per pod, and these things are just fun for pilots to just rifle off. They're laser guided. They're pretty damn accurate. I remember getting them in Afghanistan on F-16s, and that was at the time, that was a big deal being in Bagram with the F-16s and getting the APKWS, because at that point, only, if I remember right, Apaches and Cobras, I think, were the only ones that were actively using them. And what was happening was we were striking so many targets using Hellfires, using laser Mavericks, and those are insanely, especially the laser Mavericks. But, those things are expensive, and we started to run out of a lot of them, and we weren't getting a resupply of them enough. And that's why these APKWS were so critical at that time, because not only were they accurate, they had a low collateral damage estimate, and then they were cheap. I mean, they're just 2.75 inch rockets with a laser guided nose on it. Like, it's just, man. And guys, it's more to it than that. I'm oversimplifying it, so don't come at me. But man, I'm kind of surprised that it took so long for the Strike Eagle to get it. But at the same time, this was probably a rapid test of field, which it says it was, because it's already a proven asset. We already have plenty of aircraft, to include fast movers, fighters, that are carrying it. So this had to happen pretty quick, which is awesome to see. I like gaining capability. All right. Space Force news. Space Integration Summit convened by Combatant Command. The United States Space Force reported that United States Space Command hosted Joint Integrated Space Team leaders, to coordinate space integration across this joint force. Sessions focused on unity of effort for planning, authorities, and training. Blah. That was a wasted of a news article right there. All right, these are of interest. Officials signal continuation of counter-cartel operations. Senior national security officials indicated that operations against transnational cartels would continue following earlier maritime actions in the Caribbean region. Public comments did not provide operational specifics or timeline. They're gonna sink, or wait a minute, what's the correct term? They're gonna scuttle all that cocaine that's being brought over. I'm sure there's some fentanyl in there too, but they're going to scuttle the boat. Now, actually, when you, all right, Navy guys, scuttle the ship or scuttle the boat actually means you're going to destroy it yourself, right? It doesn't mean that somebody else, an enemy or something like that, destroyed it. Scuttle the ship or scuttle the boat means that you're going to sink it yourself. So I am incorrect in my terms, but I'm having fun with it. So you guys can beat it, nerds. All right. Last but not least, Air Force Lifecycle Management Center team wins Armed Forces soccer title. An Air Force Lifecycle Management Center trio was recognized for contributing to the Department of the Air Force's men's team championship in the Armed Forces soccer competition. The acknowledgement reflects service-led athletics and esprit de corps. Great job, guys. Congrats. All right, everybody. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Visit us over on onesready.com. You can get yourself a piece of merch. I know that you guys weren't tracking that we have merch over there, but we actually do. So feel free to go grab yourself one. And if you do want to sign up for the Nashville Operator Training Summit, you can do it there as well. You can buy it just like it's a normal item. And then, yeah, man, just appreciate you guys being here. All right, see you.